Jackie Mora of Texas Lutheran University, the SCAC Women's Track Athlete of the Week. Jackie is a freshman from Brownsville, Texas, and this past week at the HSU Invitational, she won the 200 meters, was third in the 100, and was on the second place 4x100 meter relay, again at the HSU Invitational this past Saturday in Abilene, Texas. Thanks for joining us today, Jackie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It was great seeing you.
How was that first collegiate competition for you? What was it like being on the track?
At first it was very stressful due to the fact that the week before it was just a lot of snow. Wasn't able to train properly. But, we got out there and we did the best we could, and I think we actually did really good this meet. For the first meet, it was great.
What was the very first event you ran in up there? You remember it?
The first event I ran was a 4x1. We were in the third lane and we got second overall, so we did really good.
And what leg were you on the 4x1?
I was second leg. I had picked it up, I think last, and I had brought it up maybe third. I think so. I was pretty excited about that. I was pretty happy, so it was pretty good.
And how was the handoff from 1 to 2, and then from you to the third leg?
It was very smooth handoff, even though we had just gone on the track and we had noticed that it wasn't the track that we are normally used to, but we went through it, we got through it, and we actually had pretty good handoffs, so it was pretty good.
And then what was your next event?
My next event was the 100. I got third in the 100. I got first in my heat. I think my time was 12:07. Overall, I am not happy with my time, but it's just the very beginning of the season, and I'm planning on doing a lot better this season.
What are some of your goals for the 100? What kind of time are you looking for?
I'm trying to look for at least a 12:1, maybe 12 flat if I can. This last meet was very hard with the wind, but I think if I train hard enough, I can pull through with it.
And then your final event, was it the 200?
The final event was a 4x4, but
Okay.
The 200 was one of the events in the middle, and the 200 was very scary because at that meet it was really windy, so it was just kind of hard to overcome that because right when you would hit the turn, the wind would just hit you so hard. But of course, I pulled through surprisingly, and I happened to get first in my heat and first overall, which is really great win, really great success.
Were you surprised when you saw that you had won the event?
I knew that I had worked really hard and that I had really been practicing on my starts and stuff like that, but I was pleasantly surprised because there was many schools at the meet, and for my first meet, being a freshman, it was very overwhelming. It was a great feeling.
And then you talked about, we didn't mention it in the story, but you ran on the 4x400.
Yes, I did.
What was the 4x400 like?
The 4x400 was a lot. It was very windy that day, and it was just a lot to go over. But this coming up meet, I'm going to be running 400, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah.
Do you consider yourself more of a sprinter with the 100 200, or more middle distance 400 and above?
I think I see myself more as a mid-distance runner, just to the fact that I really enjoy the 400, and it's one of my favorite races to do. So hopefully this week I'll be running it at Trinity. So let's see how it goes.
And what kind of time are you looking for in that 400?
57 around, 58. Just depends on the weather and how it is that day. The energy.
Well, Jackie, thanks for joining us today. Jackie Mora, the TOU and SCAC Women's Track Athlete of the Week. Jackie and the Bulldogs will be competing this weekend in San Antonio at the Trinity University Invitational. Thanks, Jackie, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.